Hey guys, Scar9 here, and welcome back to my channel today. As most of you know, Bungie did a live stream of some of the new Taken King content yesterday. However, this was about an hour long, and I realized that some people don't have the time to watch it, and because of this, I made this video summing up what was shown in the live stream. Don't worry though, if you're diligent enough to sit through the whole thing, I still have found many secrets scattered throughout the live stream that I'm going to be sharing with you guys in this video. So let's start. The first thing I wanted to look at are the changes to the character screen. They showed off many new things, such as the new light level system, and they announced that this system is going to be an average of all your gear, and that determines your light level. So if all of your equipment's 190, you're going to be 190. However, this just isn't an average of all your armor. This also comes from your weapons, your ghost, and your class items. Yes, all of these things play a role in your light level. Now let's move on to what the ghosts actually do. They provide a bonus that makes it easier to find material in open worlds. For instance, this is the one on screen has a perk that makes it easier to find spirit bloom. So I don't know if you have to pull it out and it highlights it, or if it's just always highlighted. I imagine you would have to have the ghost in your hand and it highlights spirit bloom across the world and whatnot. These ghosts can be obtained from open world sources as well as from the vendors, such as Speaker, who has a wide variety and different colors and different perks and stuff, and Lord Shax for the Crucible. Another new aspect of your character is the artifact slot. They did not even talk about this topic during the stream, however, so I don't really have much new information since yesterday's video, but you can still see it locked at the bottom of the character screen. Another new feature is the fact that class items now grant perks to their wearers. These perks are called talents and provide some interesting bonuses. For instance, these talents may increase the intellect on an item, or they may increase the speed you level up machine guns. These are not the only two talents, but these are just examples of the different things they will do. These perks will make it so class items are not only cool to look at, but they will also play a detrimental role in your character build. The next thing that has to do with your character and its equipment is that they're adding new perks to the game. For instance, the piece of armor on screen grants additional super energy from special weapon kills on minions of darkness. Another piece of armor states that the character gains increased recovery for 5 seconds after taking solar splash damage. These changes in abilities make it so that a player will use more sets of armor at different times in the game for different situations. I think perks such as these will add a whole new level of depth into the game, and I can't wait to try some of them out. The final thing that has to do with your character screens is the new stat bars and cooldown timers. These in-depth bars give you specific numbers on how effective your intellect, discipline, and strength values are. They actually tell you how long your cooldown is, and that's really cool that they were shown off in the live stream. These will help players further customize and appreciate these stat values. Next, we're going to be taking a look at the inventory screen. The first big thing that we can see is the spark of light that will boost one character to level 25 that I talked about in my video yesterday. Once the Taken King launches, every player will find this in this postmaster, and it can only be used on one of your characters, so use it wisely. Also on the screen we can see 3 new coin-looking items. I honestly think that this will be used similarly to the coins in the House of Wolves, like the Tokens of Judgment, to receive items from a vendor. However, they could also be part of a quest, but they do look a lot like the Tokens of Judgment and all of those. Finally, we can see that the 3 class-specific materials, Sapphire Wire, and the essence for the warlocks, and all those have been taken and converted into regular armor parts. So this will make it much easier to sort these materials, and now allows them to be transferred between characters and used on those characters. It will also help clear out room in your materials inventory. The final screen in the character menu that has gone through major changes is the quest screen. Actually, it didn't go through major changes, it didn't exist before, so now it does. Here we can see that we can hold up to 16 bounties, as well as that some of the new bounties on what they're going to be. I have a few examples for this video. First, there's the Captivating Light bounty, which requires a Guardian to get 30 kills with void abilities. Next, there is Kill It with Fire bounty, which asks a Guardian to get 30 kills with solar weapons. Third, there's a Team That Works Together, which makes players get in a fire team of at least 2 and collectively kill 25 Guardians. This is the first call-up bounty, and I find this change pretty awesome, so you'll actually have to work with teammates to complete bounties now. The final example I have from the screen is Venus Reconnaissance. This asks you to collect resource nodes, open chests, and kill enemies on Venus. This will make the different patrol areas increasingly prominent in the game. Now, the Crucible handlers will also give out bounties for you to complete. R-Sight, the weapons handler, will give out weapon-specific bounties. An example is Ballistic Trauma Expert, which has to win a match with a minimum of 9 hand cannon kills. This will help players use different weapons to become more versatile with those guns. Shax will also give out 5 bounties, and these are like the harder, they're really hard, and if you complete these bounties you will complete his 6th bounty, which is the true meaning of war bounty. Pretty much you have to complete all 5 to complete the 6th one, And this bounty has a reward system that is almost identical to the Nightfall reward system, so expect a lot of legendaries. Shex's bounties are meant to be very difficult, and thus you are highly rewarded for completing them. Next, we have the quests that can be found on the screen. First, we see Spark and Shadow, which is the quest that grants you your Stormcaller subclass. I would just like to point out that this subclass will be found on Mars, just as I predicted a few weeks ago, so hopefully my other predictions were correct as well. The other quest that I'm showing is Remnants of Darkness. I picked this because it shows just how in-depth the quest will actually be. They will be multi-parted and will dive deep into the lore of Destiny. As you can see, you have to kill enemies from all over the different patrol areas, and then you unlock different missions to kill higher level enemies, and I think that's really awesome out there, introducing a lot of steps. Other quests can be found in various places in the tower and from various NPCs and are just waiting to be completed. That is going to wrap up everything on the character screen. Now we're going to move on to random changes in the tower. Banshee will now play more of a prominent role in the tower. He has his own experience and reputation bar and missions you can do for him. You can field test random weapons for him and gain reputation based on the different weapons. And in an event called Arms Day, which it appears you just need to be Reputation 1 to do, you'll also be able to buy a different legendary weapon and receive it the following Wednesday. The next NPC that gained an improvement is the Cryptarch. Now you can purchase legendary engrams from him for a few legendary marks, and his reward system has finally been tweaked to give out better rewards, so hopefully no more raging at the Cryptarch, but I wouldn't hold your breath too much. Eagle-eyed viewers will notice that the NPC Eris Morn was given a new spot to hang out in the tower. It was only shown for a few seconds, and it seems Deej was purposely avoiding it. Every time he got close to kind of showing it, he would turn away. The final new change is one that I discussed in yesterday's video. It is the ability to pledge allegiance to a faction so you do not have to wear their class item. When you're doing this, you can also exchange materials such as weapon parts for reputation in that faction. And the faction reward system has been upgraded, so it is more likely for you to get the rewards you have been looking for and that you are still seeking. So Revenant Seekers, you will get it soon, hopefully. And that's going to wrap up all the changes to NPCs. Now the final topic is one that all of you guys have been probably the most excited about, and that's the new vault setup. First, emblems, shaders, and ships have been given their own collection places. These emblems can be seen on screen and shows what this collection does. It shows emblems that you have and even the ones you haven't earned yet. It also tells you how to get these emblems. This adds in-depth in the end game. I'm sure completionists like me will want to get all of these emblems just to have that full page. Next is the exotic blueprint. In this storage area, you can find every exotic you've ever found, and if you happen to lose it or dismantle an accident, you can buy it jet back for 1 exotic shard and some legendary marks. In the screen, you can also level up your exotics to your 2 exotics. For instance, on screen we have the regular Light Beyond Nemesis, and in the next screenshot you will see the year 2 version of the same exotic. Players will automatically have these year 2 versions available if they already have the year 1 version. However, they still need to spend exotic marks to purchase them. Or, I'm sorry, legendary marks to purchase them. The year 2 exotics do something awesome. They always have their exotic perk unlocked. If we examine the Nemesis, we see the Keeper of the Pack has been added to the permanent nodes on the left side and will always be active. In addition, talent nodes have been added to these exotics to boost your intellect and other things. These same changes also go for the weapons in-game. Now, the weapons look slightly different, and we're given skill tree changes. For example, the upgraded Suros can be seen on screen. It can now be seen that the player does not have to use Focus Fire, but instead you can use a perk that makes the Suros shoot quicker. However, this is where the bad news starts. Not all exotics will be returning to year 2, at least not right now. Actually, they pretty much hinted at the ones that were. They said any exotics that the player has and will be coming forward will be found in the blueprints. This is where bad news number 1 starts. The year 1 Gallahorn can be seen plainly in Deej's vault. He actually rolls over it. However, it cannot be seen alongside the Truth in the year 2 heavy weapons. And bad news number 2, the Thorn is seen in the primaries for year 1, but is not seen in year 2 alongside the Last Word. Are these definitely not returning, or is this confirmed? No. However, why would they show the Red Death, Suros, and the Last Word returning, but not the 2 fan favorites? These are the 2 weapons that have been really labeled as game-breaking, so maybe Bungie is just saving themselves some trouble and not bringing it back. All the weapons that have been confirmed to be coming back are the Suros Regime, the Monte Carlo, the Last Word, the Hawkmoon, the Red Death, and the Bad Juju for primary weapons, the 4th Horseman, and maybe the Invective for the specials, and finally the Truth and the Thunderlord for the heavies. And finally we get to the most exciting topic, which is the vault size. Bungie said they are doubling the size for every part of the vault, which is really exciting, and even new players should be excited about this because they don't know it yet, but they'll need it. Along with giving exotic shaders and emblems their own space, the vaults will seem much bigger than they used to. And one final note is that a sword called the Arc Edge can be actually seen in the vault. Deej rolls over it. I don't think he meant to, but it was a cool little thing. The ability is that you can hold L2 to guard, and the guard is effective against solar and void attacks and less effective against arc attacks. This is awesome as it confirms equipable swords will be coming to Destiny. And that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video. If you guys missed yesterday's video that dissected the teaser, go and check that out. If you guys enjoyed the video, I would appreciate it if you liked and subscribed. And like I said, subscribe for more Destiny content, and I'll see you guys in my next video.